Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, Pisces. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you to everybody. Straight away, I just want to say thank you, and kia ora koutou katoa as well. I like things are changing up, so in my order of how I'm going to be doing things, and next year, and the content that's going to be coming out. So, like even before next year, you may have noticing different things that are like in the way that I'm doing things, and with these reads, and the different energies that have been coming through, not only just for me but for you too. So it's like, and around you there are a lot of some of them like are subtle changes, and some of them are kind of like wow, drop, fall off the end of the planet sort of sort of energy as well, changes, and like complete turnarounds. And some of the things I feel like they may be coming up for you, it's just come to a time now where I feel like some of you have been like maybe resisting something, and emotionally, and maybe not even like fully aware of it, but of the resistance, but wanting to make change, looking at change and thinking, okay, how am I going to do this, and how will this pan out? And others of you, it may be in the background, and all of a sudden it just, something happens, and it's like you either get this epiphany, like sort of a feeling happen like that, and it's like, oh, light bulb moment, or somebody or something happens where it just makes you like look at things differently. And it may not necessarily be, like in your immediate vicinity of people or space or area. It could be something like in a worldwide, happening in the other parts of the world, that makes you stop and think about something, and that you, and about changing or making changes in some way or form. So it's not, and when I say that, it's necessary, or what spirit I'm meaning by that, it's just, it may be something, oh, where are they going there? Not something where you got to pick your bags up and, pack your bags and leave something, or leave a space, or move. Not necessarily that. Some of you, it may be that, but make some definite changes. And it may be like that sense of like decluttering stuff, like emotionally, internally, but also externally. And sometimes that, external decluttering of, place of your house, home, shed, whatever it is, room, could be your diary, could be friends, could be, emotions, whatever it is, it could be family. Not saying that you're going to push them or cast them away. It's just a releasing and letting go of, drama, or of, and this is about you, of stuff that you've carried yourself and maybe overthought of, or got over emotionally attached to things. It's that sort of thing. And I feel like some of you are starting to maybe discern about what is an emotional attachment, and, is that emotional attachment a healthy one? It's one thing to have emotions and be, have emotions and feel them, but it's another thing to be attached to someone or something, and let it be the thing that that's in the background there sometimes, and it just doesn't, and it kind of in a way holds you back. So it could be consciously that there's something going on, or for some of you, but it could be unconsciously or subconsciously, something in the background that you haven't really thought about, or even if you do, that's kind of, it's there anyway. So there seems to be some sort of breakthrough in the next couple of weeks or days, even for some of you. But with all this, with all these super amped up changes, and some of them, like I say, are going to be subtle. Some of them may be a little bit more, wavy. I'm hearing like wavy. So even like, look, this is not a calm sea, So this is like, for me, when I do that action, there's something like waving around there in the. It's quite wavy, and maybe a little bit like with the energy that's coming out is like not smooth anyway. So, and it's just a little bit jiggly, a little bit. It's like kind of like, oh, I need to like, and there's some, maybe it's kind of, I need to get my hands moving and doing something. So what I'm hearing about is grounding yourself while you're going through this period of time. And it may be grounding, maybe doing exercise, going for a walk, or maybe doing a workout, and maybe starting a new regime in that way. It could be meditation. That's something about, starting meditation, something new, learning something new, or doing something creative to help shift the energy and whatever it is that's going on in your mind. but also in, you know, not mentally and emotionally as well. And often a physical thing can, you know, help us through that change, you know, as we're processing that. Well, so I'll just need to, yeah, okay, so you may be wondering what this crystal is and its moldavite. So this is one that's had, that's come to me, you know, a little earlier on this year. So, and it works with the heart chakra. So there may be a lot of heart chakra stuff that's going on with you. And I felt more drawn to wear this one for this reading. And as I was doing a meditation, you know, preparing to sit down and do the series of videos that I'm going to do today, and energy came through with this, and you know, a kaitiaki with this, or a guardian, in other words. Kaitiaki is Māori for guardian or gatekeeper in that sort of way, or protector in a way. So it's, you know, she energy, this female, this energy come through, who is a balance of both masculine and femininity. Is, you know, it came through and worked with me, and there may be something, you know, to help settle the energy. So it's interesting, you know, so I'm kind of, the feeling that I'm getting is that there is something that, you know, the universe is out there. So this is about you connecting in with your guides maybe, and then this is why it's important to, I feel anyway, it's important. I know for me it's amazing when I'd go into meditation. I'm connecting and grounding, as well as, you know, healing, working with my chakras and connecting with my guides, my spirit guides and helpers, and also loved ones in spirit if they choose to come through. But there's, you know, there's something balancing, or something, you know, swishing, swirling around. So, and I'm just connecting with, earlier this morning, you know, connecting with the awa at the back, or the river, at the back of my property, and just standing there and talking to Mother Earth and the river. And that sort of thing, and connecting with and grounding myself in that, with those beautiful energies that the universe or the world, you know, has to offer us, us anyway. So I feel like, yeah, that's all I need to talk about for that one. So they've just kind of stepped back, the energy that was working with me with that one. So anyway, so there's that sort of connection that they were talking about there, of like meditation, connecting with oneself and observing oneself, okay, and how you are responding, what your relationships are, your, you know, because, you know, being a cup sign, it's about, you know, there's something about relationships and the emotional connection that you have with yourself as well as others. And this is where they're heading, going with that, okay. Cool. So there's something about that shifting and moving into, or you discovering something, which is way awesome. So today, yeah, so anyway, going right back to my introduction is welcome, and to my YouTube channel. So don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and or comment, leave a comment, and also, you know, subscribe to my channel. So remember to subscribe to my channel. And if you're watching this on my Facebook page, if you happen to come across this on my Facebook page, yep, so I, you know, encourage connecting to both social media platforms, so you could check out what is going on in the future. So don't forget to, or remember, I was going to say like I did say don't forget, but remember to click the bell, because it will give you a notification bell, which is what it is, and it will let you know when I am uploading any more content on YouTube, and which I do often as well. So, and like I say, there's some new content that's going to be coming up. So let me know about, you know, what you might want me, you know, want to focus on. It maybe a shift in what these, I know this is a shift that's coming with the messages that that I'm doing the readings, and all the messages that are coming through. But if you have something that you know, that would like to like me to do, as far as, like, I don't know, separate the, you know, be something more career oriented or love oriented readings or messages, and I'll see what I can do, see if that fits in with the kaupapa of, or not so much the kaupapa, but or the general theme of things, the program, you could say, of where spirit are taking me. But, you know, always open to suggestions as far as where and feedback as well. So yeah, do drop me a line. Merry Christmas. Well, I remember to say that. There's somebody here saying Merry Christmas as well. So just a reminder too, I seem to be quite distracted. So you may be quite distracted as you're going down the river or, the stream of where you're heading to. I seem to be more distracted than usual with these really beginnings and introductions. So I guess I just say, come on, Lesley, get going. But it's like, hang on a minute, I need and I want to do it. So there may be something like that where you're like needing to take or wanting to take control or be in your powerhouse or your space. So at the moment, with these two planets coming into conjunction, we do have Jupiter and Saturn, which is probably everybody in the world knows about at the moment. So the theme around that, and with these two planets, I've just got some notes, so I'll just read them because I've come up on my laptop over here, my computer screen. So, just talking about what Saturn and Jupiter conjunction means in astrology, it's like, there's the great conjunction or happens when Jupiter and Saturn are both aligned. So both planets are associated with authorities, but each are very differently. So Jupiter is a generous leader in that sense, and is associated with health, wealth, and having a good time. While Saturn is more that strict, there's that more strict energy and setting limits or guidelines and things like that. So there may be a little bit of a power struggle there in this at the moment with you in certain areas, maybe with yourself, and maybe with others in your family. So you probably, because this is, while the 21st was the time when the actual planets actually aligned, the energy has started to be, like before this. So it's probably, I think it started, according to my reading and that and research, and that is around about the 15th of December. So you may have had starting to feel something more heighten up around you with, with things around you about, wanting to have fun, but then setting strict guidelines with yourself and or others and how that's going to look. So and it's about, so there's kind of like, so Jupiter is basically the fun boss, and who's all about health, wealth, and health prosperity, and clocking off at 4 to grab team drinks, whereas Saturn tends to place a greater emphasis. So I just want to read another set of notes that I've made together with a different way of looking at greatest emphasis on limits, rules, and deadlines. So, and when the two are forced together, they are forced together basically, as they do in this great conjunction. It generally results in a power struggle. So there may be stuff that's happening within yourself where you are having, like I say, a power struggle with yourself, and or people around you, whether it be in the home, at your workplace, on a committee or a board meeting or something like that. And but it's not a negative thing. And what I'm hearing, like, because this is about a clearing out, and this is about getting to know yourself or ourselves, and it's better, and what we, and being in our truth. But it's also, finding that balance between the two, basically, is where they're heading with that. So I just wanted to share that with you, and hopefully that makes sense to you, what's going on. And this article that I was reading earlier, and it's because this is about allowing ourselves to let go of old ways of thinking, being, and doing things, and or finding that balance as we're introducing newer ways of thinking, being, and doing things and whatnot, and all that sort of thing. So so that's really interesting there. So a good example that I have read is about, okay, we're not going to go there. Okay, awesome. Okay, so anyway, we're just going to move on. So today, we're looking at, going to the spread today, or the flow today is looking about what do I need to do for myself in the now. And it could be something that's a little bit, that's come up from the past and into the right now. And also, what am I doing that I might be blocking myself from doing, or potentially what are the potential blocks that could be there. And also then we're going to look at, some steps or a couple of steps as to, or a bit of, suggestions and or advice that that the tarot here have to say, as well as the oracle cards have to, to suggest for you. So the first card out is the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands, okay, so he is a very charismatic sort of an energy, much like the King of Wands, but he's more that entrepreneur, the younger energy that's there, that is like, and he brings a lot of action and energy, okay, so energy, you know, to take action. So there may be something that you've been holding off, okay, on taking action, with making some sort of movement in some way. So generally when he comes in, there's usually quite quick, you know, quick movement around. So maybe that you're making maybe like I say, or like we say, it's like you may have been holding off on something, making a decision, or, you know, making a decision, or taking a new step, or some steps into a new adventure or something like that, that maybe a new adventure in the sense, because because he's all about that entrepreneur business side of things as well, so mostly in that sense. But he's very has a lot of ideas, so he's one of those people that this energy, you know, has ideas, or is willing to run with an idea and get, you know, he's got this gung-ho energy to get moving, get started. So it may be that for this card to come up here, that it's like you may have somebody in your life that's like that, who is very determined, when I say determined, where is that? There's another word that's like floating around there, but I can't pull it out at the moment. But he's very, I'm going to use the word determined because that's what's come up. So, you know, determined into achieving what it is that he wants to do, or when he sets his mind to it, he's going to like achieve it. But it's this energy may be also quite, might have this, or you might be seeing it as, an arrogant sort of an energy, and that, you know, with him being so, with all these ideas, with his high energy and wanting to do things, there's a lot of ideas, and like I say, he's quite motivated. He may try and he might just run the program, so you may end up finding yourself having to be more proactive in having your say, and making sure that you not so much putting them in their place, as like giving them the guidelines, and, you know, how far do they go, or whatever. It's, you know, with budgets and what sort of thing, and that, because they can get carried away. But it's not so much a negative thing in a sense. So Spirit are turning it, not as talking about it, not looking at it as a negative thing. It could be in some circumstances, if these people if you don't allow yourself to have your say, that's the kind of thing. But that's something that, so there may be, for some of you, is you may be coming up against, or you may be up against something, have someone like this energy in your life. So, but it's like, this is about finding a way for you to like ground, and there's something, and be in touch with your emotions, with the whole certain of the thing, and figure out for you what it is that you need to do to like either pull away, say what you need to say, express it, and to get your, and, you know, this is about changing the relationship basically, or building on the relationship, nurturing the relationship in the most loving way that you possibly can. Sometimes we have to like disconnect from them, as the emotional attachment within the situation, to clear some space so we can be more authoritative in the way that we need to be. So there's something about that. The other thing is that this energy, and maybe the energy that is kind of this type of energy, not so much in the arrogant way, but this is like finding that passion and that purpose, you know, that enthusiasm again, which is the word I feel like I was wanting to say, and that drive and that willpower. So that's more the drive, the willpower, and the enthusiasm again, and pick up that energy, or putting yourself, flip into that energy more so. And, you know, allowing you to be more in touch with your intuition and get moving again. So there's a lovely burst of energy to help you to shift through, you know, move through something, or shift through something. So there's the Knight of Wands. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So these are the cards that I'm going to be using today. So these are the Angel Oracle cards that, you know, Spirit, the angels have given me some messages to share with everybody. And one day I'll get the deck made up properly, you know, fully. And this is just what it is for now. So there may be something about that, why I've been distracted into saying that, or semi-distracted anyway, to talk about that, say that. So there may be some things on the back burner that you haven't quite fully completed yet. You've made some starts and you've start to something, but I feel like something like, because they're just bringing me back to these cards there, I've got the messages down and that sort of thing. So it's taking the next step and getting the artwork done or whatever, to when I talk about doing the sets properly. So in that sense, or fully completing the cycle basically. So anyway, so we have the Sacred Earth Oracle deck, the Rider-Waite and the Voyager Tarot there. Okay, awesome. As well, so I'm using the Rider-Waite at the moment, so we'll see what comes out. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles. So what, this is about turning a new leaf, I'm hearing, in the way that you feel and think about money and family situations. So with this Knight of Wands and the energy that's coming through, it's like changing your perspective about money and your relationship with money. And so it's helping you to look through that, shift into moving into a new cycle, because the Ace of Pentacles moves and there's a new opportunity or something like that that's coming, or an idea, which they're talking about opportunity. So this is like you getting out of your head and like moving into, accepting this, because he's going to bring it. He's helping you to move through all this energy, whether this is a physical person or the energy that you, they're talking about here, skipping, being, moving into that frame of mind and way of thinking. So you can, bringing in that enthusiasm to move forward, and also an open mind to, see this opportunity, grasp it and take hold of it, because it talks about, creating, an income, or like I say, this, when like I said before, this, the Pentacles is not just about money or career, finance, and that. So there's a link in there is also, it's about family and that sort of thing as well. So moving into that, so it creates, there's a new beginning with that in that sense too, in creating a stability and grounding or foundation. Okay, and it may be something brand new for you. It could be something, a new step that you're taking into an expansion of your business or your income in some way, and or your family. For some of you, I'm hearing, there's a baby coming in, or a new baby coming in, a new life coming into the family, as a brand new life. So it's kind of means that there's some changes with the finances as well, or an opportunity to increase your income in some way. Oh God, because here we have the Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups here. So there's something about, in an emotional way, there's something, this is about, coming together of family, in an emotional way as well, but feelings is shifting. Maybe your intuition and your intuitively feeling now that in the past it's like something that's coming together, and making an effort to look at yourself and what's going on around you and bringing people together, because this is like, for me, that something is coming to an end, or there's a transitioning into something where the family are coming together, relationships, and the emotional connection with yourself and others is changing with the relationship wise. So it's maybe in the sense that it's something that's coming, because that talks to me about, this is about a joyful thing. So it's something's coming together, and and maybe there may have been distance with some of you in the past, and it may be that, okay, you may be across different parts of the world, but it's still like there's that emotional connection, or the energetic connection is still there. And so it's maybe that's where it's like focusing on, is that togetherness and that side. So in that way of things, but whatever it is, there's a beautiful energy there, a healing in a way, for some of you with that change of perception, basically. So then we have here, here we go, the Seven of Cups. So there is something about with the Seven of Cups. Now, some people can see this as illusions and and imaginations, and when they're like fantasies and that sort of thing. And some of the dreams, because there's a snake in there, and there is in one of the cups, and there is and there is some not so nice pictures in there as well. There's a bit of bleakness, there's a bit of happiness. So there's some mixed emotions in there about certain things with this family stuff here, I'm hearing, but also with all sorts of things. So with these mixed emotions, and about what the future might hold, about not just with family, but also with the bigger picture around of things in life. Finances could be all sorts of things, but it's like, don't let that get in your way, because I just feel, you know, because sometimes, you know, when we put out our dreams, it's like you may have had these dreams and aspirations and inspirations that you're wanting to like fulfill or achieve in your lifetime, but this one here is like, yes, not everything kind of works out how we would like it to do. So, but not focusing on that. So, not focusing on the things that kind of haven't worked as well, or what you not allowing people to get in your head, to, you know, let that be a problem, basically. Because what I'm hearing is illusion. What it seems to be is maybe more in your head, and about what is that you can't achieve. The other side of it is what I'm hearing is that some of you, you know, it's like it's discerning whether this is an illusion, or it is actually something that is achievable, or that you want to do, or is it being influenced by something or someone else, that it's someone else's dream. And then we definitely have something, you know, like for some of you, maybe, you know, because I'm hearing like fantasy, illusions, that, where are they going with that? Because it's discerning what is illusion, what is actually dream, and what is fantasy, and that sort of thing, where they're going with that. So I think the first, where they're going, okay, no, that's it, basically. So it's like not what I'm hearing is this is about, this is not getting caught up in the emotions of things around whatever it is that you've put at those dreams, and you know, it's like it's a bit mixed up. There's mixed emotions about certain things, what things like. But life changes, especially when there's a new person or a new opportunity that comes in to the family. So it's kind of like, and things do change. So there's something about adapting those dreams, and I feel like for some of you, because of these changes, like this is where they're going with one of the other things, is these other things that might seem like unachievable. And that's in the sense as these changes that are happening, but actually, you know, they may well just be. So it's like I'm hearing like not going cross there and putting a cross and going do no, because it actually may be still achievable. It may not be just right when you felt or thought it might be. Okay, so here we have the Three of Cups here. So there's some sort of, you know, celebration and friendship. So there may be like came and spun around into the reverse. So this is, you know, there's something about, you know, turning that around. So okay, there's something about relationships or some sort of friendship. There's three of you celebrating in some sort of way, bringing something together. So this is definitely some sort of celebration. I feel like you may be making your mind up as we're going into this next row of cards, and it's come back underneath the Knight of Wands, that you made your mind up. Yes, we're gonna do this. So whatever is going on there, this new birth and this new beginning of where this Pentacles is going, it's like you get through your emotions, or you work it all out, and it's like something, okay, yes, I'm going to do that. So whatever it is, it's amazing. So awesome, Pisces. So okay, then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles comes in here, and she's, you know, she loves she's worked through whatever it is, and she loves what was that word? She's one who is very grounded. So she's going to, you know, she brings them through this energy of grounding herself. But like I say, you know, with family things, money things, that she works towards what it is that she wants. Now, she likes to have things in order, and also the finer things in life. You know, good stuff. You know, the material possessions, you could say, and she's pulled everything together. So this is about. See, this is on the second card too that's come out, the Ace of Pentacles. So it's falling underneath there. So there is definitely some progression there into moving into where it is, you know, to what I feel like I want to. This is where what I'm working on in the future is like turning the cards around so you're able to see it more in some way or form, a lot better. But she's more in control, and see, she has this, she's in her throne, she's grounded basically, and she's achieved what it is that she's wanting to achieve. She's getting towards or working towards that space. So I feel like there is, like, should you, you know, like as you're processing and moving through this emotional stuff and having some breakthroughs and epiphanies for yourself, there's that that sense of, you know, moving, allowing yourself to move towards what it is that you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life. So then we have these two here, the High Priestess and the Devil card. So that may be something that you may have, you know, the High Priestess talks about, you know, revealing secrets and mysteries and that. So it may be that you're needing to go deeper within yourself to allow all this stuff to happen. So even though these cards are here, there's something that's coming up, you know, that comes up that you may feel, oh gosh, this is holdback. So because it's come up under the Ten of Cups again. So whatever it is that's holding you back, and it's they talk about the Devil card here. So okay, so the High Priestess is really like talking, really emphasizing here about listening to your intuition, using your intuition to help you to move through stuff, okay? And those next steps and what is coming up for you, because there's something about you, you know, like freeing yourself from the chains that bond you to something, or someone, somehow, you know, there's something that's, you know, subliminally there in a way, I don't normally say that, subliminally, that word, there, and or subconsciously as well, so that is there. So it's kind of like, and when I say subliminally, that word, there's something there, like, because she's bringing through stuff that is, yeah, because you hearing that subconsciously, you know, like these mysteries and secrets that you may have buried or you're not sure of. So there could be some past life stuff. So past life in this life, but that you haven't fully dealt with. And it could be some past life stuff in other lives, literally, that you haven't, you know, that have been coming up, that is like, you could see these repetitive patterns. So anyway, there's something to do with that. So typically around, you know, there may be whatever's holding you back with the Devil card is like, there is something that, you know, you're holding on to. So this is about releasing it. There may be addictions or of some way or form that you know, that is needing to be broken to free yourself from those. And this is where that willpower and all that side of things comes in with this Knight of Wands as well, this energy here. So it may be that, you know, whatever is holding you off is, that's what they're talking about here, to get you going, to come on, tally ho, move on, and finally, or make, not even just finally for some of you, is make a decision or do something towards helping yourself to move through it, whatever it is in your business, in your personal life, in your family life, or whatever. Okay, so, and it's definitely making a decision, I'm hearing here as well. So it could be, you know, addiction to, you know, whatever that addiction or a habit. It could, you know, or it could be limiting belief systems or patterns and breaking a cycle, and that has been a recurring cycle in your genealogy or something like that, or in your family, whatever that is, and it's, you know, for you. So, but yeah, this is about also the High Priestess there is learning, is helping you to, is talking about listening to your intuition and allowing it, and then feeling, really getting into, it's almost like, you know, watching how your energy is, observing yourself basically, because this is really all about self-study, which in turn helps you to, you know, move through, heal some of that. So you're more in that space of being ready and, you know, and to achieve this Queen of Pentacles place where you want to be. Because then we have, you know, here, and along with that is the last two cards here, is, you know, the Eight of Pentacles. So there's something about learning new skills. This could be part of it, of you learning new skills about, you know, bringing out some new abilities in you that you didn't really know you had, or knew that were there, but they were just, like I say, they're just like in the background, or like just bubbling below, and trusting yourself. So yeah, something about learning new skills. So you may end up, like, if this is a new business or if this is an extension of it, and basically it could be learning about the new moon, you know, or the moon cycles. It could be more, it could be that you're going back to study something at uni. It may be that you're reading books about something that expand, like for business, or doing some courses or something to help you understand what is, you know, how your business may run, or, you know, like online business or something like that, or even just product, you know, different product that you are wanting to make. And, you know, it's studying, they're reminding me of when I was doing this YouTube channel, like I knew if all about it. But I, you know, I started doing something, so I just played around with this, and there were some, you know, people that were, I found some bodies, a few people that really explained it, you know, without me having to actually necessarily spend some money, or, you know, much money, and that was through COVID, the lockdown. So I thought, well, I might as well do something useful and do some research and that sort of thing about all sorts of things. So it could be something like that, you know, where that helps you begin something and then you're going to add on to it. It could be something way bigger than that. It may be that, you know, the way that you're learning new skills is like doing something and then, you know, actually running a course, whatever that is. There is something new. So thinking out the bigger picture outside the square, that it may not necessarily mean like these learning new skills. Could be that you take on an apprenticeship in some sort of way, and something, whatever that is. Where were they going there? Yeah, okay, could be that. So thinking outside of the square for that. And, you know, some of you, it may be that you are spending money with it, and it may be, you know, and maybe not a lot of money, maybe a lot. So that's why they're saying, why I'm getting this, wanting to emphasize again, thinking outside of the square of what it is that's going on. And it could be, you know, something that, you know, it works with the mind. I don't know, but it's just bigger for you, the bigger picture, thinking outside of the square. Okay, because here we have the, you know, the Two of Wands, and so there's whatever it is that you're like this new skills and, you know, learning about something. The Two of Wands has come up with it as well. So it's like you maybe think about, okay, what is it that I need to learn that can help me expand, you know, the way that I'm thinking, being, doing things, and with yourself personally, like mentally, emotionally, and physically. It could be that you are learning about something about your eating plan, or diet plan, or an exercise plan, or something like that. But it could be something, it's looking out to the possibilities out there, as where do I want to go on the horizon, the next steps basically. Because there's something about, you know, got some grounding there. But it's like getting, you know, as you're learning about and moving through this processing in the next couple of weeks, probably could be a little bit longer, give or take a week or day or two. So, but there's definitely something here, and it's like, what am I going to do with this this stuff and this information, and where am I going? But what are my next steps? It's like the world really is out there now, looking at it, because there's a ball there he's got there, and I feel like it's like a ball. It's like the world there that he's holding in his hand. So the world really is out there, and searching and looking, gazing out into the openness of vastness on the horizon. Kind of, is that where they're going with where we go? Okay, cool. Anyway. So I just want to quickly do some shuffle. See what? Okay, the exercise. So there may be something with exercise that some of you may be holding off on. So it's a really, you know, you probably hear this time and time again, but it really does help. This is about shifting your mindset. So whether you're feeling like a little bit crappy and you may be feeling a little bit lazy, this is about going back to that willpower again, and, you know, switching your mindset, because it's your mind, or our mind. Unless you're totally physically incapable of moving, you know, and that's going to be, obviously it'll be exercised differently, you know, but it could be just things to exercise the mind for those ones that are physically incapable of moving. However, you know, but if you're not, then it's like just, you know, it's just for doing something, okay, if you're able to. Now, Archangel Michael would say, like, feel the love and do it anyway. So whatever is going on in this way, and it's like shifting, like, your perspective, and like they're talking about today, is not letting your emotions get in the way to or stopping you from doing things, or discerning what it is that's going on. And that's so, because often we will make, we can make decisions and that, so impulsively, or we can make something that's not really ours, it may be influenced by something else, and it's like, so that's where they're talking about that discernment, okay? And sometimes even just doing it, feeling the love and doing it anyway, can actually just help us make that impulsive or that spontaneous decision to make a change, to do something that's different than we normally do, or it's maybe still the same that we normally do, but it's maybe you've gone in your head, or you've, gone into your emotional side, and it's like, okay, so it's shifting out of that space anyway. So here we go, and Archangel Raphael talks about, dancing together and remember what brought you together. So some of you maybe, there may be something going on in your relationship, the marital relationship. That's where I'm hearing that, is embracing, people, your partner. And some of you, I'm hearing like see a doctor. So Raphael talks about seeing a doctor. So there may be something going on with some of you that, or a couple of you out there that is, resisting seeing something or noticing some symptoms about you. And it's like within you. For him, that to come up, like see a doctor, whoever that relates to, you'll know who you are. Okay. And on that note, we're going to leave it here. And so you have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll see you in, probably next week actually, because I'm going to do the January forecast, monthly forecast, begin doing that for next year. Okay. Other than that, with this reading, so we'll see you in a couple of weeks, and be back to doing them fortnightly, or continuing doing them fortnightly, other than the monthly ones, sorry. Anyway, have a wonderful Christmas time tomorrow, and a merry one, if that's how you roll, merry, but otherwise, lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity in abundance to you Pisces, okay? Bye for now, and we'll see you either next week or in a fortnight.